Today in this video, I want to talk about my creative process and how I come up with the ideas that I am going to do for my next video, and just pretty much how I come up with the topics. I would say coming up with the topics for the next videos. When I first started the YouTube channel, I wanted to write down certain topics that I wanted to schedule out every week, because that's my goal pretty much, is to make at least a video a week and just like upload shorts. And I first started with my ZV-E10, which I think is great. I have it mounted up here for the top down shots. I think the kit lens sucks at night, and at night unfortunately is when I get most of my work done when it comes to this stuff. So I switched it up to my Fujifilm X-T5. Kind of sucks that I didn't have a flippy screen, so I made a little workaround. I made a video about that if you want to check it out. Pretty much how I decide to do these topics is it's randomized. I don't really have a niche. I don't really do just product reviews or clothes or tech related stuff. I want to talk about everything that interests me. I feel like that's more interesting in a way, because I want to talk about the things that I would like to see when I search YouTube and on my For You page, which is interesting because today I was just scrolling on YouTube and I just couldn't find anything that I wanted to see. I want to see stuff that I would like to see, and my train of thought is others maybe would be interested in that if they came across it. I'm a very early young channel, so for people to come across, it's probably like the SEOs is going to be a lot harder. It will probably be down the line when people go down my archives and just find videos of interesting stuff. I feel like it's categorized into three things when I make these videos, and the topics that I choose is: one is product reviews of the things that I own, two, just random stuff that I think about and comes up, and three, photography related things. I had a list set, like I said earlier. I still have a bunch of those titles that I haven't worked around with, but new things come along, and you know how people say like ideas bounce around. I try not to let my ideas bounce around, and I just write them down right away. I think it's interesting because I would say my creative style is very rough and not really edited too much. And I'll be honest, I don't really know how to work with log files. I have a Fujifilm now, so the F-Log2, I don't know how to color that. The microphone, I just have a cheap Sennheiser MKE200. I'm still learning a little bit on how to set that and what level to put it so the voice comes out very clear. I have to like mess with the levels in DaVinci. Sorry, the Hispanic came out. And the lighting, I feel like, is the most important thing. I have the Philips bulbs on my fan. I took the original yellow light, and I just put my RGB Philips. And I have behind my Apple Studio display another one of those sticky ones that also change lights, and I just alternate the lights to make the vibe a little bit more the vibe a little bit better. And I also bought like a little lava lamp that I just keep on every night. I've always wanted those, and ever since I was a little kid living in Colombia, I thought, man, I want one of those lava lamps. But yeah, and when it comes to the music, I sometimes don't like putting audio behind the videos that I make, but there's some of them where I feel like the audio fits. The whole reason why I do my YouTube styling in this regard is there's too many people already out there that are extremely, extremely better than I am at making their videos look cinematic. I love that, you know, making video essays and going down with the research and writing a script. I love watching those type of videos, but at the end of the day, I feel like we have stepped away from authenticity. I wouldn't say authenticity, but the griminess of footage. Because I feel like there's an extreme amount of people out there that I love that are extremely authentic with their work, that becomes their niche and their thing. I can't really think of the actual word. So, and I feel like for me, I miss the days where I would just watch a video with someone just talking to the camera, sitting down and just expressing their thoughts, or just going, you know, day to day, like a vlog style thing. This is not a vlog, but almost like I'm just sitting down talking to a friend or something. You know, at first I was a little scared of putting myself out there and just having strangers see what I talk about and just criticize and not like the way that I'm doing things. But sometimes you have to remind yourself that you gotta beat that fear. You gotta beat the fear to break the barrier of where you could go next. Because if you stay bottled up in the same thing over and over, you won't really see a lot of growth in other areas. Some people may be okay with that, and that's totally fine. But unfortunately, that's not how I am. And I say unfortunately because my mind is working on 10 things at the same time every single day. So I don't really get rest, and, you know, mentally, which kind of sucks, but it's all right. It's what allows me to grow creatively, and I get to learn a lot more of what I can do and cannot do. And I just feel like if you put time into your craft, you're bound to grow a little bit. And so far, I would say people here on YouTube are starting to like my stuff. I hadn't posted a video since June 23rd of 2023, and I told myself like, I'll post a video in a month from now. And I didn't post a video since then until January 6th, 2025. So that was over a year and a half of taking a little hiatus, which is a mistake, but you need to stop dwelling in the past of when you say, oh man, I should have done that back when. You know, you gotta stop doing that, because at the end of the day, it just wasn't the right time. And I guess the right time for me is now. I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable talking to the camera, being able to do these little reviews and talk all the things that I'm interested in now. Also juggling the time between work, children, all that stuff finally came into place. Yeah, I think just my creative style when it comes to YouTube is just very erratic and just grimy. But grimy in a good way, obviously, because they don't look like complete crap, I would say. I think that some people might criticize my my videos, but you know, that's the beauty of things. You gotta approach things from a abstract point of view and just to see how it speaks to you. And I think everything in life, for me especially, that's how I see things. It's just very abstract. Things just don't come into 1 + 1 = 2. It's just almost like how something makes me feel, and just staring like a blob of freaking splatter like Jackson Pollock paintings. You know, for someone that likes classical art, just may seem like a bunch of BS, but for me and for other folks, it's just, you see what you interpret. So I feel like that's how it is for me when it comes to these things. It's just, one, I enjoy doing it. I like messing around with my little techie stuff that I have here at home. And I feel like that's enough, honestly. As long as you enjoy what you do and what you do makes you feel, it's all there.